Hello, good morning dear students. Welcome back to our lesson that is life processes. Okay, in previous chapter I said you three important terms related to the respiratory system. Okay, which are those? Diffusion. Okay, whatever the food, nutrients, okay, water as well as carbon dioxide, oxygen, hormones, these all are diffused into our blood. So concept of the diffusion I said you already, that is the movement is of gaseous particles of nutrients is from higher concentration to the lower concentration. I said you, right? That is called as what? Diffusion process. So three main important terms I let you know about respiration before moving ahead towards all the parts of the respiratory system. Okay, so today we are going to talk about very important part of the respiratory system. First, through a flow chart, I shall let you know about the respiratory tract and what parts are included into the respiratory tract. Okay, students, you are knowing respiratory tract or respiratory tract I cannot say, but the parts of the respiration or respiratory system exactly means lungs. We can say that lungs are protected properly into the rib cage, and that all cavity like structure is called as what? Thoracic cavity or chest cavity. I said you. Before moving ahead, I would like to know you about the respiratory tract. If you talk about the respiratory tract, then the first part of the respiratory tract, students, are nostrils. We have two nostrils, right? So the first part is what? Nostrils. The first part is what? Nostrils. The second part is what? Nasal passage. Okay? The second part is what? Nasal passage. Okay? The third part, see, this is nostrils. The second part is what? This is what? Nasal passage. Right? After it, we can see here the common part. Okay? Here what happens, students? This is oral cavity, right? Buccal cavity. Go back into the digestive system and just watch what is meant by mouth, oral cavity or buccopharyngeal cavity. So this is what? Buccal cavity. Behind the buccal cavity and the end of the nasal passage, we have one common passage, and that common passage is called as what? Pharynx. That is called as what? Pharynx. Okay. After it, we have larynx. Larynx is also called as voice box. When I shall move ahead for the respiratory tract, about every part of the respiratory tract, I shall let you know in detail. Okay. After it, our trachea starts. What starts? Trachea. This trachea is also called as what? Windpipe. This is also called as what? Windpipe. This is also called as what? Glottis. This is also called as what? Glottis. After the windpipe, trachea or glottis, we have these branches, and these branches are called as what? Bronchus. These are called as what? Bronchus. Bronchus are further divided. This trachea, this is the division of the trachea only. This trachea is divided into what? Bronchus. Bronchus is further divided into bronchioles. Into what? Bronchioles. And bronchioles are further divided into alveoli. Alveoli. Singular, it is called as what? Alveolus. Okay? Bronchus, bronchioles and bronchioles. Bronchioles. Okay? I hope you got it. And this is the main part of the respiratory system. Here, the exchange of gas is taking place, students. So it's very important to let you know all that. This is the main important hero of the respiratory system, we can say. Or of the hero of the whole story of the respiratory system is what? Alveoli or alveolus. Here the exchange of gas is taking place. So please pay attention towards it very carefully. This is what your respiratory tract, okay? And your respiratory tract starts with the nostrils, then nasal passage, you can see here into the diagram, then pharynx, which is the common passage for the food and for the air to pass. Okay, after it, there is a larynx. This is also called as what? Voice box. This larynx is called as voice box. we are speaking, that time what happens? This voice box have thread-like substance, and that thread-like substance vibrate, and because of that the sound is produced. In physics you have already learned the sound is produced due to the vibration. Try to touch to your this neck part, neck region, and try to speak. You will feel some vibrations, and sound is always produced due to the vibration. Then what is vibrating? The thread-like structure which is present into the and at the end of the pharynx, that is called as what? Larynx or voice box also. After it, trachea. Trachea is also called as what? Windpipe or glottis. This glottis, trachea or windpipe is further divided into what? Bronchus. These two are what? Bronchus. One is inserted here, I have showed. The another I have not showed. I have showed the rib cage to all of you. So this is entering into the lungs. So this all parts. Okay, this bronchus, bronchioles and alveoli, these all parts are situated, inserted into what? Lungs. Okay, whenever we are talking just about the respiratory system, easily the respiratory system means only the lungs and the nose comes in our mind or comes in our in front of us, in front of our region. Only these two things are coming. But it's not like that. These other parts are also playing an important role into the respiratory system. Okay, how does it work? How the mechanism is taking place of the respiration, that we will see very soon in further classes. So what happens? The lungs, these are the parts of the lungs: bronchus, bronchioles, and alveoli. Singular it is called as what? Alveolus. This is singular called bronchioles. Okay, bronchi, bronchioles. So today this is all about the tract. If I would ask you which parts are involved into the respiratory tract, how I had asked you which parts are involved into the digestive tract, like that I may ask you which parts are involved or what makes the respiratory tract. So you must know this all parts makes the respiratory tract. Okay. So today we are going to have discussion on only this part, nostrils and the nasal passage. Okay, other parts I shall rub. And frequently we are in need of this diagram, so that I will not rub this. I shall keep it as it is, so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, we will talk about the nostrils. See, students, when we breathe in air, right, that time we have these two openings. Okay, through that two openings we take inside the air. Okay, and when we take in air through that part is called as what? Nostrils. You can see here this part is called as what? Nostril. And in our day-to-day life, we say for this whole part for nose. Okay, and for our whole nose we have two parts. Each part is called as what? Nostril. As we have two parts, these two parts are called as what? Nostrils. So we have two nostrils. Okay, we have two nostrils. Through that we breathe in air. We breathe in air. Okay, and there is one cavity. Through that we take in food. So students, when I talk to you about digestive system, that time I said you we have a hard palate and the soft palate. Try to touch with your tongue the roof of your mouth. You will feel something hard. That is called as what? Hard palate. Okay, and if you will take that same tongue back to the hard palate, you will feel something soft. That is called as what? Soft palate. What is the function of this hard palate? Okay, I said you which parts are included into the hard palate and the soft palate. Go back and watch the video, you will get to know everything. So hard palate is playing an important role over here, students. Okay, this hard palate, if I would stand like this is the hard palate, right? At the middle, this is the hard palate. So this hard palate actually separates the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity means nasal chamber or our respiratory system and the digestive system. Understood, students? The digestive system and the respiratory system is separated by the hard palate. Okay, by the hard palate. Hard palate separates respiratory system and the digestive system, and because of that we are able to breathe in at while eating also. Okay, whenever we are eating food, whenever we are eating anything, that time we are able to breathe in also and breathe out also. Why it is so? Because of the hard palate. Hard palate separates the digestive system and the respiratory system separately. It makes separate. Understood? So I hope it is clear for all of you. Okay. So now through nostrils, this is the nostrils. Through nostrils we have taken air inside. Now if you see, this is very weird to see, weird to say to you all that what is present into the nostrils, right? Nostrils, the hairs are present. Okay. Fine hairs are present into the nostrils, okay, as well as we have the wall of the nostrils are containing the mucus glands and the oil glands, okay, oil glands and the mucus glands are present into the nostrils. So what is the function of this hair present into the nostrils? See students, whenever we are breathing, that time, every time we don't breathe in the fresh and pure air. Okay, clean air we do not breathe in. Sometimes the air contains some dust particles, some spores or any other microorganisms also, which may be harmful for our health. So these are called as pathogens. So whenever we inhale all of them, that time what happens? Because of the hair, they are getting trapped in it. Suppose hairs are present like this, students. If hairs are present like this, and if any foreign particle would enter into our nostril, then this will be sticking over here, and this is sticking due to what? Mucus. Mucus is present into our nostrils, which is secreted from what? Mucus glands. This mucus is secreted from what? Mucus glands. Now students, you may ask me, what is meant by mucus? So in the digestive system we have studied in detail about mucus. Mucus is secreted from the mucus glands and which is very sticky, right? Which is very sticky. If any foreign particle, if any microorganisms would try to enter, then that may trap into this hair, or these may trap into the hairs as well as into the, it will be stuck by the mucus. Understood? As well as oil glands are also present. Oil is also secreted from the oil glands. Okay? And oil glands, oil is also sticky in nature. So oil glands secretes oil, mucus glands secretes mucus, and hair are also present in that. What they are doing? They are sending very clean air into the nasal passage. Do you understand? Hair are performing a role to clean. Okay, only we can say strained air, or we can say the purified air or clean air can pass into the nasal passage, because whatever the particles would be there, that particles would be trapped by the hair. Okay, or it will be trapped by the hair, and even it would go inside, then the mucus glands and the oil glands would do their work by secreting mucus and oil respectively, and will be able to stick that particles and will not allow to enter into the nasal passage. Okay, and if you see, we have a two nostrils, student, right? We have a two nostrils, and at the middle we have a flap-like structure. That is what? Cartilaginous tissues. Students, in class 9 you have learned tissues. Okay, various types of tissues you have learned. In that you have learned about cartilages. Cartilage tissue. Cartilage is what? Soft bone. Cartilage is what? Soft bone. Cartilage. Sorry. Cartilage is what? Soft bone. Okay, it is soft bone. Okay, and bone is what? Connective tissue. So in the tissue chapter in class 9 you might have learned. So this presents, these two nostrils contains one cartilaginous tissue, and that is a specific type of tissue. That is called as what? Hyaline tissue. Hyaline cartilaginous tissue. Hyaline cartilaginous tissue. Okay, I hope you got it. So we have two nostrils. Okay, and in that nostrils we contain hair, which are cleaning air. Okay, and oil glands are present and mucus glands are present, and they are secreting and the nostril is bifurcated by one flap-like structure which is called as cartilaginous tissue, okay, which is soft bone, and the name of that cartilaginous tissue is what? Hyaline cartilaginous tissue, okay. Now the purified air had entered into this part. This part is what called, student? This part is called what? Nasal passage. This is called as what? Nasal passage. Okay, this is what? Nostrils. This is what? Nostrils. And this part is called as what? Nasal passage. Now, you can see when the air is coming from the nostrils into the nasal passage, this nasal passage is uneven, student. This nasal passage is what? Uneven. Why it is uneven? This part you can see over here. This part, or you can see into the diagram of your textbook also. You can see this part of the nasal passage is uneven. It's not even. Why it is so? The part is uneven because whenever the air would enter inside, whenever this air would enter inside, that air may be very hot or may be very cold. So what happens? That hot air or that cold air is hazardous for our health or hazardous for the lungs, right? It is hazardous for our lungs. Maybe it may be hot or it may be cold. The lungs cannot deal with this hot air. So what happens into the nasal passage? The regulation of the temperature of the air is taking place here. The regulation of the temperature of the air is getting regulated. Means whenever the air is entering inside, that air comes to the normal body temperature and then it is moving into the lungs. Understood, students? So this is very important function performed by the nasal passage. And if you will see inside the nasal passage, then inside the nasal passage, the different kinds of tissues are present that are called as what? Ciliated epithelium. Means the inner wall of this nasal passage is made up of what? Ciliated epithelial tissue. Do you understand? The inner wall of the nasal passage is made up of epithelium tissue. Which type of epithelium tissue? Various types of epithelial tissues are there. Cuboidal epithelial, squamous epithelium, glandular epithelium. Amongst all those epithelial tissue, the inner wall of this nasal passage is made up of what? Ciliated epithelial tissue. Okay, ciliated. Here is also ciliated. By mistake, if any foreign particle would enter into the nasal passage, then nasal passage will also not allow to enter that particle into the lungs or into the pharynx. It will not allow at all. I hope you understand. Here hairs are present already. See how much our body is designed. Very beautiful design. Beautifully our body is designed by the nature, by the God. So we have to take a lot of care of all the parts which we have. And we have to be grateful for the parts which we have. We must not say that my nose is not good, means its shape is not good, your nose is good. We should not say that, because the inner structure is same for everyone. Only the outer appearance is different. Understood? So we have to be grateful whatever body we have got. Understood? So what happens? The inner wall of this nasal passage is present, the ciliated epithelium tissue, which does not allow the foreign particles to enter inside it. Understood? So what function it is performing, and the surface is uneven. Because whenever the uneven surface is there, because of that what would happen when the air would enter inside, that time it will take a more time to go on. Okay, and as it will take a more time to go on, it will come to the normal temperature. Because directly if the air would go, it will go directly as it is. Whatever the temperature of the air, that would go as it is. But because of the uneven surface, it will go very slowly, and by that time the air will become of the body temperature, and then such air would enter into the pharynx. So this is all about what? The nostrils and the nasal passage. I hope you understand about it. So what the function is performed by the nostrils and the nasal passage? It's conditioning the air, right? Conditioning the air conditioner. It's a natural air conditioner which is present in our nose, in our nostrils and in our nasal passage. Understood, students? As well as it regulates the temperature of the air. So these are the two important functions performed by the nostrils and the nasal passage. And in tomorrow's class, we will have discussion on the pharynx and the larynx. So do watch this video very carefully and prepare your own notes and write the answer of the worksheet which is provided by me right now. Thank you so much.